How's it going? I'm Ryan. Today I'm going to go over the three trades I took on ES. Had one loss to start the day, finished with two wins. It brought me to positive overall, so decent bounce back from yesterday. Still had some things I could clean up a little bit. Some things were a little sloppy, so let's get into it. I'll just go over ES. It had a slightly cleaner chart for me on the hourly time frame. NQ coming into the day was a little bit in a kind of an ambiguous area. That flag break was pretty nice, actually. That support break. But nonetheless, let's check out ES. The reason I was watching ES is ES had a pretty tight, not tight, but a pretty clear, well-defined range, right? We had three rejections off this area up in here within like 4 points of each other, so that's a nice zone to watch. And then we had quite a few bounces down in this area. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 or so on the hourly. And we were kind of in the middle. So really what I was watching is if we come up, watch for potential weakness and the rejection back down into that range, or a bounce down near the bottom of this range. So that's really it. I was really just looking to play the range, or if we happen to break out, we could go off that. But we opened up the day and kind of chunked our way down, making our way down. I didn't want to take any shorts in here because we're in the middle of a range. I'm trying to stay away from trades within kind of the middle of this range. I'd rather take them at the bottom or the top. But with that being said, watched it come down, watched it approach this bottom zone. As we came down and formed this hammer on the 5,000 tick chart, I entered two calls, or two long positions on the following candle, kind of right in this area, right around like 54.26 or 27, somewhere in here. Why did I take this trade? If you're looking both at the hourly, you can see we bounced a few times off that on the hourly. You can also see on this time frame, you got a break and retest here. You got a bounce here, a bounce here, a little bit of kind of chopping here, but then the break and retest, bounce. Pretty much each time we got that large move to the top of the zone, right? This seemed to be pretty much within this band. Was a pretty clear indication that if we broke and held that price was moving kind of to the top of that range. So as we came down, waited for this candle to close, we got a hammer. Things were looking good. Looked like we were going to hold that zone. So I entered two long positions. Stop loss was below this swing low here. I just picked like the most recent swing low and put a stop loss there. And I was stopped out. So this is my first trade of the day. You can see on a lower time frame here. This thing, which is pretty heavy and kind of kept chunking its way down. This is where my stop loss was. So that was about a 4-point loss on two contracts. My target, I had an initial target up here, which would be about a 4-point win. And then my second target somewhere up here, which would have been a little bit closer to like 8 points. Hit my stop loss though, and that stopped me out. As we came down to the bottom of this zone, we got another clean candle right at yesterday's lows, and that was a real strong area for bounces as well. So I entered another two contracts, took one off up here as we got to this area. What was once support that broke now becomes resistance. So took one contract up here. I entered somewhere after this candle closed here, so somewhere around like 54.20 or so. That was a decent like 5-point move. I thought that we could potentially make that move back up to the top of the zone, so I was trying to hold a runner here. I was looking for a bigger move. My next take profit was somewhere up above, I think it's back at like 54.30 up in here, and that would have been about a 10-point move. So I was targeting bigger moves. I really wanted to see us get that bigger move and return back to the top of the zone as we'd seen in here. I was hoping that we'd get that. We didn't quite. It took us quite a while before we got a move out of that zone, which happened later in the day there. Nonetheless, though, took that first contract off, set the runner at 1 point above break even. Move came down, stopped me out. From there, it kind of just traded in this range. Then we swept yesterday's lows here with a hammer and showed a lot of strength immediately after. And so I felt like maybe this was what we were waiting to do, because we had been kind of hanging out down here around yesterday's low for about 30 minutes or so. So once we got that sweep and that close above, that indicated to me that potentially, we were going to have some strength and get that move up that I was anticipating. So I bought into the strength of this candle, and I bought 2 contracts on the way up. So I bought one in here, and I bought another somewhere up in here. So my average price was pretty much like 54.21. Once I bought that second contract, we kind of reversed immediately, and I was back underwater. This is not ideal. I was down about from 21 was my average entry. We're down around 4 points or so again with 2 contracts. So I didn't stop out of this. I wanted to see if we could at least hold the low a day. I was willing to hold this because of how strong price action we'd had both today and previous days. I guess the previous day in this area. You can see each time we came in there was buyers stepping up, long wicks on the downside, pretty much an immediate move after. So I was willing to hold even though I was down 4 points here. And what I thought was buying into strength just quickly turned on me. When I said that I had some sloppy execution, this is really the trade that I was talking about. I don't think that this was a bad trade. I'm happy taking that. My second trade wasn't a bad trade. That actually worked out, right? It would have been a little cleaner had I taken both contracts up here, but I was trying to leave a runner and get a bigger move, so I'm not mad about that one. That one is solid. My third trade, it was a winner, but it was a little sloppy in my entry. So normally I don't buy into that strength. And if you look, both time frames, you can see that we developed like a miniature range, right? We were in this range for about an hour, and you don't want to necessarily buy at the top or sell at the bottom. And I've said this every video, but I would have had a much better entry had I entered toward the bottom of this range and just expected this range to hold true, right? Big support level on a higher time frame, support intraday. And we have a range forming on smaller time frames. So much better entry would be to buy down here, to not be afraid when we come down, to get that entry down here rather than buying as we're already pushing up. I think the idea was sound, but the execution wasn't. So it gave me a little bit of a time of turmoil. I was underwater for 10-15 minutes or so, 10-12 minutes. But once we pushed up, it hit my target, right? My first target was the top of this range again. My second target was just slightly above it, about 2 points above it, at 54.28 or so, and that hit. So got a decent win there with both contracts. Got my runner, didn't get stopped out, so that got me up overall on the day. Better recovery from yesterday for sure. Just gonna play things a little slower, try to work our way back into taking the better trades, just taking trades that are better. I was patient today. I waited till we got into the zone that I was watching, right? I was a little sloppy on my third trade on the entry. I could have had a better entry there, but overall it was a better day, and just try to improve, just try to be patient and take better trades and stick to the plan. All right, thank you for watching a Trade Friday, or Monday through Friday. So I'll be here tomorrow to finish up the week, hopefully strong. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Peace.